Is Claudia evil for good? There have been a lot of moments this season that have caused me to feel a bit of, let's say, anxiousness, but none so much as watching the dark descent of a character that I love. Watching Claudia take the plunge into true villainy has been a pretty tough thing to watch, especially after recently revisiting the earlier seasons and seeing what a sweet and kind girl she was. But she has definitely gone down a dark path during the last 2 years of the Dragon Prince timeline. She was always a bit of a wild card, and a lot of people have always wondered where she was going to end up at the end of the series. I remember people asking if she was going to have a redemption arc during one of the Q&As with the show's creators, and they seemed to be offended on her behalf, saying that she hadn't done anything wrong.
Why does she need a redemption arc? Why are you judging her? What has she done that requires redemption? I'm a little confused. What judgmental person just asked for her to have a redemption arc? Because pretty much in the clear, if you ask me. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, I'm insulted for her.
But it has also illuminated to me that the villain arc that she's going to be on wasn't going to start until later, and I think that we are really starting to see that happen in the 4th season of The Dragon Prince. Much more than just how cruel she was to Rayla in the final episodes, she has also had to do some horrible things off-screen in order to bring her father back, with the implication of the boot in the shot seems to imply that she definitely had to kill at least one and possibly more people in order to get the life force to resurrect Viren, which is a pretty dark turn for her character, to be sure. She went from killing little bugs to being capable of taking the lives of intelligent beings like humans and elves. In the 4th season, we have also seen how powerful she has grown during the past 2 years. I really like the way they set up and remind us how Ibis is the most powerful Sky Primal Mage in 𝐀𝐧𝐝 just before pitting him against Claudia in combat.
You do realize I'm one of the most powerful Sky Mages in history. A legendary master of the 4 winds. And I'm reduced to this. Convincing you, a stubborn dragonling, to eat his veggies.
We see how powerful she is and how the two of them are quite evenly matched, with him barely coming out on top in the end, leading to Claudia being saved by Terry. Right now, it definitely seems as though she's heading down the dark path and will end up being the second in command for Erebos. She is definitely quite hateful of the elves, and we see this demonstrated in the scene where she talks to Soren about them. At the end of the season, she's forced to make a very difficult choice, where she must attempt to save her boyfriend from Rayla. She offers an exchange of the coins with the souls of Rayla's family for Terry. When Rayla refuses to make the trade, she throws them into the lava, forcing Rayla to release Terry and dive in after them. After rescuing the coins, she discovers that she has been tricked by Claudia, as Claudia had swapped them out for common rocks. Later on, as Terry and Claudia are escaping, Terry points out what a cruel act it was to offer such a deal only to not give Rayla the coins of her family, like they had agreed.
But what you just did, the way you tricked that Moonshadow elf, it was just cruel.
Claudia then decides to take the coins and give them back, honoring the arrangement that she had made with Rayla. I think this is a very important moment for Claudia and Terry because it shows that there's still good in her. However, it definitely seems to be an external good. She has a positive influence in her life coming from her boyfriend, Terry, who did seem to be quite unnerved by what Claudia had done and what he himself was forced to do earlier this season by killing Ibis to protect her. I definitely believe we're going to see more moments like this going forward, where Terry is shown to be more and more uncomfortable with the villainous acts that he and Claudia and Viren are going to have to commit as they pursue their goal of freeing Erebos. I believe that at some point we're going to come to a crucial breaking point where Terry is going to be forced to leave Claudia, and that this is going to be the breaking point for her. She will have lost the one final good influence in her life, and she will go down the full evil villain path at that point. So to answer the question of this video, Is she going to be a villain for good now? I believe that it's pretty safe to assume yes. But what do you think? Do you think she's going to get a redemption arc in the show? I would love to talk to you about it down in the comments below.